Yeah, something to think about. Something to think about. Do you wipe on the toilet from front to back or back to front? Because I had this discussion with one of my best mates many years ago and we were complete opposites. I wipe from the back to the front because it's this ease of access. Maybe because I've got bad shoulders, it's a bit easier for me to maneuver into that situation or into that position. But he was horrified. He thought that I'd be wiping crap all up my man junk. And I've never had that happen. I said, no, man, I'm a 30-something-year-old man. I understand how to wipe and not smear crap all over my balls. Sorry, I hope my mum's not listening to this one. But he was horrified by it. So he says, you gotta go from front to back. It just seems so cack-handed to me. It's so weird. So do you wipe from front to back or back to front? Is it up for debate or am I a weirdo? If I just figured out how to, I've just gamed the system and figured out how not to smear crap all over me junk, but I'm really doing it back to front. I don't know. I thought I was right, but I'm just throwing it out to you, the people. Brings me into another one. You've got to be honest with yourself here. This is for the fellas. Or the, whatever, I'm not going to go into it. This is for the fellas. Do you sit down to pee at home? Come on. Tell me the truth. Do you sit down to pee at home? Because I do. Nearly all the time. Now, this started happening when I was first living with my partner, who's now my wife, and I wake up in the middle of the night and need to go to the toilet. Now, I didn't want to switch the light on and wake her up. You don't want to make your missus up in the middle of the night unless you want to smack in the mouth. I don't know what your missus is like. I reckon in the middle of the night, most of them are pretty much like that. You don't want to wake them up in the middle of the night unless you want to smack in the mouth, unless you're going for something else. There's another angle there, but we're not talking about that. So you wake up, and I know she wakes up and turns all the lights on and bangs around the place and all that. I understand that. They do that to us. But blokes, we wake up, you don't turn the light on, you crawl out of bed. You get up, if you're living down in Perth or somewhere, you put your little slippers on because the floor's cold. You start creeping towards the toilet. You bang your shin on the bottom drawer that's open. Fuck, you swear really low to yourself like a man. Then you walk to the bathroom door, the ensuite, A lot of these ensuites now will flash. There's this big door that's open, doesn't close off from the bedroom, so you walk through the opening. You're feeling your way in, your hand touches the light on the wall as you walk through, and you pull your hand back like you've just touched a bloody dew guide. You don't want to switch that bloody thing on. And then the way they set these ensuites up, a lot of the time, like, opens up straight to the bathroom, and then in a big door, and then it opens up a smaller door to your toilet. Sometimes that doesn't have a door in it either, and you don't shut the door when you're doing a pee anyway. So you walk into the toilet, flick the light on, and you're telling me you're just going to stand there in the dark and just wing it, aim for the toilet, and have that big piss draining sound amplifying out through the toilet into the larger bathroom, into the bedroom, like a big amplifying system, waking your missus up. No, you don't. You sit down and you pee like a man. I'm comfortable with my masculinity. I can tell you that I sit down and pee at home. You sit down and you pee, and then somewhere along the line you realise that you get better drainage like that too. You get better drainage. So where as a man you stand up and you pee, and you don't do it all the time, especially when you're out public, urinals, I'll get to that in a second, urinals, and then you got to flick it around and clean it all off. Sometimes you flick too hard and I think I've got some on my lip, or you don't flick hard enough and you think you're all finished and you walk out, and as soon as you walk into the next room where there's public around, you get a little bit of a one last little droplet comes out to say hello. Damn it, you're all dropping me jocks. So you don't get that when you sit down to pee. You get better drainage. You get up and it's all done and dusted. It's a better system. It's a better system, but as men we feel we've got to stand up to pee, man. I stand up to piss just because I can. And the other thing about that, urinals, the worst thing about urinals, man, especially the old, like the ones they got now on the wall, like an egg-shaped thing, and it cups up towards you and it's all flowy and smooth ceramic all the way, or porcelain all the way down to the grate in the middle. They're pretty good. You can pee on those fairly efficiently. But the old big stainless steel trough, big wall of just trough, and you're pissing at floor height, and there's 4 blokes standing next to you. Sometimes you're jammed in shoulder to shoulder. Mate, that's horrific. One of the first times you go to a pub as a man, and you're wearing shorts and thongs and you have to piss in an old stainless steel trough, it blows all your illusions out of the window that you are sort of dealing with the situation correctly, because you piss all over your feet. It splashes all over your feet and your knees and sometimes up onto your shorts. Is it your piss? Is it the bloke next to you's piss splashing on you? It's horrific. So when you got jeans and shoes on, it's the definition of denial, thinking that you're not just getting everyone's piss all over your pants and shoes. You are. You know it as soon as you do it in board shorts and thongs. It's a terrible system. It's a terrible system. But you're judged if you go to the toilet and piss in the bowl like some sort of fucking freak. There's a urinal here, there's a spare spot. You went into the cubicle and pissed in the toilet. What's wrong with you, mate? Yeah, what's wrong with you? We got to get over the stigma of sitting down and pissing. Come on. It's a thing. We can do it, man. But there is a time and a place for a urinal. I understand that. I think that's enough of the big questions for now. I hope I didn't lose you there. Well, I think you guys know what I'm talking about. And girls, you just had a bit of insight into the mind of a madman. No, of just an average man. I am a weird bloke, I'll admit that. But, you know, I'm an average weird bloke. Look, quickly before we get out of here, I want to run by some media. I said the new Bliss and Esso album is out. Been loving it. It's called The Sun. Just powerhouse album, wicked tracks, beats are on point. They have like got a vibe on them, and they got a bee in their bonnet about the state of of hip hop and the music industry at the moment. And they got something to say about that. It's cool, man. Great raps, really different, same but different sort of vibe for them, flow for them. Some cool features on there like Dizzy Rascal, Chillin' It, who's also got a great album out on Mist at the end of last year. I've just picked up now. It's called Full Circle. Chillin' It's like, I think it's a Sydney cider, Italian or Lebanese looking fella. I'm not sure what his ethnicity is, but he's an Aussie rapper. He's like a real hard sort of real hard style, not your typical Australian hip hop style. He's really out there, outspoken. A lot more like American style with his lyrics. He's just really rough around the edges. Doesn't play that politically correct game like a lot of rappers do in Oz. So check him out. Chillin' It, Full Circle. That's a great album as well. On Stan, we've been watching Heels, which is a movie. A show. I think I spoke about it the other week about wrestling. A small family-owned wrestling organisation, and there's two brothers in it. And there's a lot of drama that goes on, but it's pretty cool. I've been enjoying that one. Go and check that one out, Heels. And the big news, exciting news, the trailer, the official trailer. It's on YouTube. Go check it out for Wheel of Time. Just dropped a couple of days ago. Release date of the show, November 18th on Prime, Amazon Prime. The Wheel of Time, biggest fantasy epic books of all time in TV series form. They're already filming series 2. The big questions of, are they going to be able to pull it off and not ruin it with their woke, social justice warrior, politically correct sort of infrastructure and framework that we know is in their production and that team. If they don't ruin it with all that, it's going to be epic. So that's coming out soon. Super excited about it. Check out the trailer for it on YouTube. It's Wheel of Time, out November 18th. I can't wait to start talking about that on air when it comes out, man. So it's going to be epic is the word for it. Hey, as usual, get onto my Instagram, The Average Man Podcast. Click like, send it to your friends, get some more people on that shit. My YouTube channel, jump on there, Average Man Pod. I think it's what's it called? Average Man. Do I call it The Average Man Podcast? I think it's still called The Average Man Podcast. I should know that. Anyway, it's something like that, Average Man or Average Man Podcast on YouTube. Go to my channel, subscribe. I don't give a fuck if you watch the videos or not, just subscribe to the bitch. Come on, it's easy, just do it, help me get those numbers up. I'm working on getting some more content up on there and a few things in store coming up as far as the YouTube channel go as well. So get on there, help me out, share, subscribe, share, like, all that stuff. Tell your friends about it, help me get the numbers up, get the views up. And a big push for over the next 18 months to really build this thing up into something worthwhile taking on the road. So yeah, give us a hand with that, and I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Hope you enjoyed me fucking around with my big epic questions of life. I'm serious about sitting down to pee. Just get on it. It's the way to go. And yeah, I'll speak to you all. Well, yeah, I'll speak at you all next week. I've probably got a guest coming on next week, finally, after fucking months of me saying it. I've got my finger out my ass, excuse the visual, and I'm washing it now. And I'm getting onto getting those guests on now, so they'll start filtering on over the next couple of months and have a big roll up towards Christmas. So yeah, man, that's it. Average Man Podcast, episode number 103 on one. I reckon I was on one today as well. Father's Day, got to go hang out with the rest of the fam for the rest of the day, do some Father's Day type shit, like drink a beer, which I'm going to go do directly after this. And I hope you enjoyed it. I'll speak to you all next time around. All right, peace.